welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are making our gravity water filter system. I've done a lot of research and if you follow the channel, guys, you know I normally buy a lot of bottled water because our water here where we live in Wales, it's absolutely disgusting. It's vile, it's stinking, and I certainly would never drink it, not at all. Obviously you cook with it, but then you boil the water, it's slightly different. Nonetheless, it's absolutely disgusting. It might be different where you live, but it's my choice and I really hate it and I don't want to drink it. So this is why we've been buying a lot of bottled water. However, the prices of water, like everything else, the bottled water is going up through the roof. So we're trying to look for the alternatives. And of course, filtering is one of the things to go away forward. There is many things out there in the market that do like a little Brita filters when you filter and you keep in the fridge. You know all of this anyway. But we had the Brita filter before and it's one of those things that lives in the fridge and is only small, so I can't basically use that water to say boil my pasta or filter a lot of rainwater for cooking if SHTF situation has happened. So basically the thing is I wanted a big gravity water filter system and done the research online, and of course you've got the two types. You've got the Birker filled and the raw Berkey, whatever it is. The Berkey one is like £400, and the Birker filled one, which is like a, not say a lookalike, but similar thing, is like £179. And basically they use the black charcoal filters and the other one uses ceramic filters. I've done the research before committing to, guys, and the ceramic filters are fine, but apparently they don't filter as much as the black charcoal ones, and apparently they are like the 99.999% purity. So my point is, I can't afford to spend 400 quid on the water system. It just, to me, that's absolutely absurd, considering you paying, your money is basically in the filters, although their filters are like about £100 each, which I'm also not prepared to pay for. So we're making our own. We've bought, right, filters are from Spares to Go or something. They are the replacement filter cartridges, which are meant to be the replacement for the raw Berkey one, which are generally would cost you £100 each. I bought this set on a slight deal at £45, right? Hear me, I understand they might not be totally identical. They might not have the same filtration as the one for £100, but I refuse to pay £100 per filter just to filter my water. I am going to filter the normal tap water to use in my cooking, and in the SHTF situation I probably will have to filter rainwater if we have to come to the position if we need to do that basically anyway. So I can't afford to, and even if I could, I probably refuse to pay £100. Tell you a lie, guys, if I was a millionaire and I had all the money in the world, yeah, I spend 100 quid on this, 100 quid on that, couple hundred quid, no problem. But I don't have that kind of money, so I've bought the substitute. It'll still be better than me cooking with the normal water anyway, because we're doing this already anyway, so this is kind of a benefit, and it will help to filter the rainwater. So this is the reasons for my choice, guys, purely the money. £400 is a lot of money. You can buy a lot of preps for that, and I appreciate water is absolutely paramount to our survival, but rather than money, I might just still rather keep buying expensive water, and rather than, do you know what I'm saying? It just totally my opinion. But anyway, so I'll still buy my Fizzy water, my sparkling water, but nonetheless, to create the water filter, I've bought some buckets, right? And it's literally, one of you I think suggested in one of the videos as well, I want to use a brewing bucket, exactly that. But my brewing buckets are occupied with, guess what? Brewing. So I've bought those buckets off Amazon, right? They are 20-litre buckets, not overly huge. They're not particularly pretty, but that's not the point. £26 for 5 buckets. I'm well over the moon. I'm going to use 2 for this, for the water, and I have 3 left to add on to my brewing bucket collection. So it's all good. So 2 of them, which will get stuck up on the top of each other, which is basically what all these Royal Berkey systems are. They're just 2 things, 2 buckets, 2 containers. One has filter and you put the water in, and that dripples through underneath into your bucket, and you put the tap in. It's simple as. Yes, of course, it's not silver and shiny, but I don't want the silver shiny thing. It's not going to live in my kitchen because I don't want to look at it. Be it silver or shiny, it's still big and ugly. I don't want it. We've got home bar is going to live there. We're going to make it look maybe into something a bit more attractive. Daniel can build me some sort of cover for it to make it look a little bit more, something a little bit more pleasant to the eye. But because I don't get to see this like on my kitchen all the time, I don't really care. So anyway, buckets technically cost me only £5 each. 40 I think it's 45 or 47 quid for the filters, something around that. I double check that. 2 of them. You can put more. Again, if you want to do, that's absolutely fine, and there's room for that. And I bought some taps. I got a set of 4 for £12. It might sound like a lot. And you can buy like a cheaper one, but strongly suggest against the cheap taps, which I found out before with the broom buckets are absolutely nightmare. And I'm going to be using this on a daily basis. So technically, the more expensive, the better. Not the more expensive, the better, but basically just have a look at the reviews and make sure that the ones you pick are actually good. So I bought 4 because, as I said, I'm going to be making some buckets, broom buckets, so we only need 1. So the idea is how simple this is, guys, right? These 2 buckets on the top of each other. We're going to have a hole in the bottom of the bucket there to put our tap to dispense our water. Those filters, they have basically like nut and bolt type thing. So my husband's going to drill in a hole through, 2 holes through the lid and 2 holes through the top. It's going to match them up, so we're going to take them off, turn them upside down. So basically 2 of those filters, like I said, going to sit down inside this bucket in the middle, and this is where the water's coming from. I'm going to be dripping through on the inside of this bucket. This is as simple as that. So without further ado, I shall pass it on to him in the garage. He's going to make some holes, and I'll see you in a minute. So guys, after a little work, this is so far what we have. We have drilled, or he have drilled, 2 holes. There were 10mm holes with the 10mm drill to fit our little filters. Okay, we've done the tap, you've drilled the tap, and I've been told we have to use the PTFE tape, right? This is apparently to wrap around the tap and put it in there so it creates basically a tighter seal so it doesn't leak. Of course, also I've been told that we need to deburr the holes we created with the burring tool or a file, or if you don't have one, is a nail file. Basically, guys, the burring mills that when you drill stuff, if you ever drilled anything, you have a lot of, like a sawdust, but plastic stuff coming up on the other side. To clean up the hole, just to make sure you get a tighter seal, tighter fitment, you got to clean this up. And anything that's rough, like a sandpaper or nail file will do, but basically to make sure that we have a really tight seal. So this has been done. This is my tap. And the point I forgot to mention to you guys, I bought the tap that can swiggle. Squiggle. It fits tightly in the thing here, in the bucket, but it swivels the top. So if you wanted to put this flat down, you don't have to worry. You can just swivel the tap up. Again, you might not have to, and you might not have to need to do this. However, because we put the tap fairly low, so basically it has to overhang or be on the stand for us to use it. But for any reason, if I want to store this away or put it somewhere, it won't stand. So having a tap that you can just swivel up and put it down flat, it's basically a good thing to have, okay? So that's done, tap is done, holes are drilled, and according to the instructions on the filter thing, and I'm pretty sure that's the same as with the original filters, you have to soak them for 30 to 40 minutes in water and make sure there's no water coming out from the little spout in there. And then you have to tap them so any basically other carbon loose pieces come off. And there have been, not a lot, but things are out anyway. So next thing we're going to do is I'm going to get my husband to basically just assemble this together because they're wet and it's a bit messy. We're going to assemble this behind and bring it forward for you to have a look and see the final result. So guys, this is what we have. A very straightforward thing. If I just take this off, right? So the filters are now inset in the bucket. Hopefully you can see that really well. And because they are literally threaded through with a little nut, here we are, this is on the other side. The importance is, guys, when you do try to make it, is make sure when you drill your bucket, you drill this upside down with the lid on top so your holes line up 100%, because if they don't line up, it's going to be a little bit of an issue. Nonetheless, it's so great that they have the option to fit them like this, because without that, obviously, we'll be struggling. But even though they are heavy because they've been soaked in water, because the thread is long enough, they're sturdy and it's absolutely perfect. I'm over the moon. They've been soaked, and as I said, there was a little bit of the charcoal stuff came out. Not a problem anyway. So now we're going to just snap on the lid in place tap is ready. All we gotta do is to fill up with water and put the lid on, and we are done. And this is as simple as. So as I mentioned, rather than paying like £400 or £179, £5 each for the bucket, so £10 for the bucket. We'll have £45 I paid for the filters, and I paid a few quid for the tap. So because I bought 4 of them, so it works out, like, call it a £5. So basically it works out like far cheaper. And as I say to you guys yet again, of course, yes, it's not the brand, not the branded thing. Maybe the filters are not, but if you're unsure and if you potentially still want to go down this route, you can buy the branded filters. Yes, it costs you a couple of £100 to buy the filter, but at least you don't have to pay the money for the silver, the bucket stuff. If it doesn't matter to you, if you're there to save money but you still want to have the results, then this is the way forward. I'm happy because I would never pay £400. I'm happy because I know I'll get some water filtration. I'll buy some extra filters. We're going to give them a run. I'm going to buy some extra to put into my stockpile just in case, because those things there, because we are literally filtering the tap water, should last for absolutely years. You can put more of them inside. That means the filters will last you even longer. However, obviously you have to buy more of them up front anyway, but that works for me, guys. So if that's worked for you, thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We're all about, well, the channel is all about, it's a prepping channel. We're preparing for things that are to come and basically being ready for anything that's to come for us. So, and this is a money saving tip. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.